And welcome back. This is your man Warrior, and in the background you're going to be seeing a galactic war. A lot of people want to know what my galactic war looks like. I got a broken node 9, 11, and 12. My node 6 is really my hardest, and actually in this particular galactic battle I go against a timeout team with the General Kenobi lead, Barris, who's Zetaed, and 5s, and I spend forever trying to kill that dang team. It takes me over 5 minutes to kill that timeout team. So you can watch that and enjoy that in the background. I just wanted to let you know what's going on so you know what you're watching. And I hope that everybody's been getting something out of these roster reviews that I've been doing. I have been doing a number of roster reviews for my patrons. Now, I know this seems a little bit exclusive, but I do only have so much time in a day, and I can only do so many roster reviews to be included. Some go public, some go private, but they take time to really do the analysis of an individual's team. And so I just can't do the hundreds of requests I've been getting. So I've limited it to the individuals who've gone a little bit above and beyond and supported me on Patreon. Not only do the patrons get early access to videos, but they also get exclusive access to me on Discord, and they get their roster reviews. If you want a roster review and you're not a patron, I apologize, but I'm not going to have the time to be able to do so. But if you're not a patron and you support me by watching my videos, liking or sharing or subscribing, you're doing more than enough already. And as most of you know who are under the sound of my voice right now, I talk to all of you anyway every single day through the comments section of all of my videos. I try to respond to each and every single comment, which is truly an anomaly in this world of YouTube. Most YouTubers do not do so. I try to speak to each and every person. Occasionally a comment might get caught up in a filter and I don't find it for 2 months because I have a filter system to try to block out anybody who's spamming me, but for the vast majority, you know that I comment, and relatively quickly most of the time. Now let's go ahead and get into what the purpose of this video is, and that is to talk about the state of the game and the farming capability that this game now has. How is free-to-play, pay-to-play, and pay-to-win involved with these new characters that are being released and things like that. So there's a new guy on the forums. His name is CG Top Hat. Now CG is the Capital Games, and his name's Top Hat. That's his code he's going by, and he is a new guy on the forums. It's going to kind of be our go-to. He's kind of the voice or the mouth of the team there. So he's going to be giving us a lot of great information, and he gave a recent update. Now what I'm going to do, I'm not going to read that update word for word and all of that like I normally do. I'm going to do an analysis of it to help you guys kind of understand what it's about and why this is really, really awesome to understand it. So in the future, pretty much every character that comes out is going to come out in one of two ways. It's either going to come out in an event where it's a tiered event where you do the tiers, and once you do the tiers, each tier unlocks another level of that character until you have them 7 stars. A good example of the tiered events is Yoda or Emperor Palpatine. We know with Emperor Palpatine, once you get him to 5-star, you can't do any of those previous events, and you can only then do the 6 or the 7-star event. And anyone can get Emperor Palpatine, but we all know free-to-play or pay-to-play, you gotta invest in certain characters to get your Emperor Palpatine. It takes strategy to figure out which characters you can use. You gotta decide which characters you're gonna be able to farm and gear up easily. If you're free-to-play, if you're pay-to-play, you can decide on whatever you want. But it's very nice because everybody gets access to these characters, just like Yoda. Now they're going to be doing more really, really fun and exclusive characters down the road in these type events. My guess is they're probably going to have 4 amazing characters, probably 1 every quarter, because currently they have it every other month now. Yoda and then Emperor Palpatine, Yoda and then Emperor Palpatine. And they could probably at some point have up to 12 characters rotated in and make it, 12 characters, 1 every month. So there's a lot of expansion opportunity, but currently they're rotating Emperor Palpatine and Yoda back and forth, with Emperor Palpatine coming next month in March, I believe. So that's how those events are going. And once you do the event and you unlock them, and you got them up to 7 stars, you're done and you have them. Everybody's got to earn their keep, have the characters, and unlock them. The other way of getting characters is the new introductory way of getting characters. They're going to kind of try to create a streamlined process. I'm going to call it the conveyor belt. If you can visualize with me a conveyor belt, it kind of moves along, right? It moves along, and something that's far away eventually moves closer and closer and closer until it's in front of you, and then it slowly moves behind you, right? So that's the conveyor belt mentality. They're going to create create this conveyor belt mentality for new characters. First off, they're going to bring out the characters in an event, much like the K2SO event or the recent Death Trooper and Director Krennic event. What this is going to do is give you early access to the character, and what they say is, Top Hat, and I'm quoting him here, he says it's going to give the new character releases the quote-unquote pomp and circumstance that they deserve. So that's exciting because it gives you the opportunity to utilize and play the character the way it was intended, to really see what this character is capable of. And in those events, it kind of talks about the abilities and what the abilities are, and you get to see and use those characters before you ever access them. And through these events, it's going to unlock the character anywhere from a 1-star, 2-star, 3-star to 4-star. So you're going to be able to get the character and unlock them. Now, this is where it's going to stop, and you're going to have to decide. You're at a crossroads. You can either be completely free to play and let this character sit on the conveyor belt for 3 months, and in 3 months, you'll be able to farm them free to play. Now, that is faster than it's ever been in the past. In 2 to 3 months, they said. Before, there was times where you could wait 6 to 8 months before you could get a character, such as Sunfac or Rex. And so this new structure is phenomenal because it gives every single player, no matter if you spend nothing or if you spend something, the ability to have a game plan of what you're going to do with these new characters when they come out. So you're going to play with them, you're going to get to use them, check them out, see their abilities, and then you can sit them for 2 to 3 months out, and you can either sit them and do nothing, or you can gear them over the next 2 to 3 months until they become free to play. Now, the next group of people is going to be the individuals who aren't free to play. They don't want to have to wait for 2 to 3 months to get these characters to gear them or to star them up, and they don't want to have to spend 2 to 3 months gearing them and stuff. So they're your baby whales, your possible whales, maybe some dolphins. These are people that spend a little bit to a lot in the game, and they are going to be the next level. They're going to be able to move the conveyor belt from 2 to 3 months to 4 to 6 weeks. They're going to be able to double the time process for them to get the characters, and that's going to be probably where I fall in, and a lot of other characters I know, guys that play the game, fall in. And this is going to be for people who don't mind paying to do a little bit of chromium, or if they send it to the shard shop, and we have shard shop currency. Now that makes me happy because they said at the 4 to 6 week mark, the characters are going to move into either the chromiums or the shard shops, kind of like K2SO is now currently in the shard shop. So for people that don't have a lot of shard currency, it almost is better if it goes chromium. But this gives you an opportunity, if you want to get a 4 to 6 week jump start on everybody else, from your character being a 3-star to getting them to a 7-star, you could spend the money you've always been used to spending, which is that anywhere from $50 to $300 on chromium packs, and you can get a bunch of stuff. The thing about that is there's a better value in chromium packs, because even if you get characters you don't want or need, or they're 7-star characters you already have, they're going to be converted to shard shop currency, and we already know they're going to create a cadence of sorts where these characters are going to be brought in 4 to 6 weeks later into either chromium or the shard shop, so you can use that as shard shop currency. So for someone like me, if a character comes out I really desperately want, I can wait 4 to 6 weeks, and then I can farm them through purchasing the chromiums, but I don't have to. If I want to be a little more patient and wait another 2 to 3 months, I can just wait and do it completely free to play. So there's that. And then there's the third kind of person who's going to be that hyper whale. They're going to be less than 1% of the entire population in the game. This is going to be people who anything comes out and it doesn't matter. They're willing to go bankrupt to get it and to have that exclusivity, or maybe they're a day trader making $1 million a year, and they just love spending $1,000 a day in this game because it's what they do. I don't know, but for those extremely rare people, and probably nobody listening to me right now, that rare person, you're going to be able to buy these new packs that they've come out with, these crazily priced packs where you pay 800 crystals for 1 shard. That's right. That's what the current currency rate is in these new packs, is 800 crystals for 1 shard, when the going rate for a shard is 50 to 80. So you're going to pay, 10 times for what the normal person's going to pay for those shards. So that is going to be for those rare people, and they can get those after the event completes. Those crazy packs will be available. My 2 cents on all of this is, if you're sitting here listening to me going, that's nuts, then don't spend any money on that pack. You've got to remember this is a commerce. So when there's a product that comes out, if it doesn't sell well, they're going to look at that and decide this doesn't sell well, and they're going to change it. They want to make money, right? So if something sells, then they say, well, let's do it. And they sell the product some more. If they have these 3,000 crystal packs where you can only get 5 shards, and we purchase them, then we're telling them we see a value in that product. If we do not purchase it, then we're telling them we do not see a value. So basically what I'm saying is, if you don't agree with that pricing, couple of things. You know what? You don't have to spend any money in this game. You don't have to buy those packs. The worst case scenario is you're going to wait 2 to 3 months with your character at 2 or 3 stars until you can farm them up and get them to 7 stars. Honestly, by that time frame, it's going to take you a month or 2 to gear up the new couple of characters anyway. It takes a while to get characters. Unless you're spending a ton of money on gear, it's going to take a few months to get those new characters up. But the thing I like most about this is that there's one promise of new characters that are going to go through those events like Yoda and Emperor Palpatine. That's super exciting. I love that. And that means that there's going to be some new characters, or all we need is going to be a couple of really good characters in our lineup, and we'll be able to access them, such as Jedi Luke. Everybody wants Jedi Knight Luke. That may be coming in an event, who knows? But if that's the case, that is a character that anyone will be able to have full access to. So that's really exciting. And then for the other characters, for all the other characters that they're bringing out, we know there's going to be a few characters, probably 3 or 4 characters every single month that are going to be coming down the conveyor belt. And in a few months, we're going to have this constant rotation of characters coming into farming, characters going into Chromium, and then characters coming into the game, and you'll be able to decide, do I want to progress these a little faster than normal or wait the standard rotation? But what it's going to do is create some consistency in the meta being what characters are being utilized by the most popular players in the game. And it's also going to give everybody kind of a timeline and a structure, and it's going to give you this ebbing and flowing of, I'm going to farm characters, and then I'm going to farm the gear, and then I'm going to farm the characters, and then I'm going to farm the gear. It kind of creates this really cool cadence. So I really like the new setup. I think that, if you disagree with the pricing of a pack, don't buy it. And on a side note, this is going to be my Warriors tip of the day. I haven't done one of these in a while. A lot of people ask me, what should I spend my crystals on in game? And so I'm going to answer that with the best answer I can give you. If you have crystals, whether you've purchased them or earned them, your number one best thing to do if you're not level 85 is to use them on energy refreshes. Not only will that get you experience points to get you leveled up to 85, but it'll give you the energy you need to farm for the shards and the gear that you need to get your characters where you need them to get. Now, if you're an established player, long time been playing, more than 6 months, you're level 85 and you're up there, and you just want to know what the best bang for your buck is, the best 2 bang for your bucks is, 1, the mod packs that they used to do during tournaments. I hope that someday they figure out a place and a time to drop those consistently, because those gave you, for basically $20, you could get 30 to 50 mods, and these were mods that were better than anything you normally find farming. And so instead of going into the mod store, that's insane, where you spend $3,000 on one freaking possible good mod, you spend $3,000 on 30 to 50 really decent mods. So those mod packs are the best bang for your buck, because mods are really important in this game to really give yourself the competitive edge. The second thing I would invest my crystals in is I would save them until I have enough for a piece of gear that I need that is hard or impossible to farm for. So for that stun cuff, you could buy it for $1,400, and it's going to take you anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 crystals to farm it if you're using crystals for refreshes. So you could spend 1,500 to 2,000 crystals over a 2-week period farming it using energy refreshes with crystals, or you could save those crystals, not do the farm, and put those crystals together, and in a week or two buy it from the store and be done. It also takes the stress and nightmare away from farming something that takes so long to farm. I recommend this for the Carbantes. I recommend this for the stun cuffs. I recommend this for any of that high level 11 gear that's out there that's really, really hard to get your hands on. I'd recommend getting it. So for gear or for buying the mod packs. Otherwise, if you're not level 85, do energy refreshes, or if you're just looking to finish off a character 7-star, maybe a few Cantina energy refreshes for that level 85 character who needs that. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the update. I hope you enjoy how the characters now in the future are going to be guaranteed to come out every so often. You're going to get new characters every month. You're going to get this conveyor belt type situation where you know you're going to have them in 2 to 3 months for free to play, so you don't have to wait that 6 to 8 months. You can work on these characters in the meantime when they're at 1, 2, 3, or 4 stars and gear them up as you see fit, and then when you're ready you can farm them either early through Chromium or through the Shard Shop, or you can go ahead and wait till they're free to play. If you're one of those crazy 1%ers who's going to spend the money, you're probably not listening to me anyway. So I hope you had a wonderful time. I hope this update helps you understand kind of this conveyor belt of farming. It gives a consistency. What are your thoughts on it? Please let me know in the comments down below. As always, keep your gaming on. Warrior out.